Hey guys! Sorry about the delay there. I had a little bit going on with the, my stream key wasn't working. So, welcome. Today we're gonna do a little something different, or something a little different. Today I'm gonna be doing some 3D sculpting. So, namely I'm gonna be focusing today on, the, sun part of the, Astrologian. She has this, there's a few pieces that are, I think, 3D printable, and so I'm going to be working on sculpting those to get them ready for 3D printing. So, first things first, I'm going to be using a program called ZBrush. It's a 3D sculpting program. A lot of people use it. It's a great program. I highly recommend it. There are a bunch of other 3D sculpting software out there that you can use, but ZBrush is not the only one. So this should be fun. I'm excited to get to work on this because 3D sculpting is super fun. Yeah, I guess we're gonna go ahead and get started. I hope everyone's had a good weekend so far. So we're gonna just dive right in and get going because we got stuff to make here. If I have, okay, there we go. My keys weren't working for a second there. You can see here I already have I have a few uh-oh. Oh. Hi. Oh, hey, Captain Nemo. Oh, the water's totally fine. I need to drink more water. Actually, I have some right here. So I'm gonna make sure I drink that too. I'm really bad about drinking water on the weekends for some reason. I think I just get distracted. So I have a few references from, I have namely the, this is the concept art. Oh my gosh, I had brain fart. Concept art. I forgot I have a touchpad. So I have that. I have, and these other two concepts are from the actual 3D, the 3D model from in-game. They're slightly different. They're not too different, but I haven't decided which one I'm gonna decide on yet. Yeah, so I guess enough yammering. I'm gonna start. We're gonna get this going. So I just have a little 3D plane in here already. Wine, yeah. That is kind of the opposite of water, isn't it, though? Drinking wine versus water. But as always, if you guys have any questions about... yeah, just be careful. Be careful on... Make sure you drink enough water if you're also drinking alcohol at the same time. But if you guys have... if you guys have any questions while I'm doing this, just let me know. Because this is a kind of an interesting beast. Also, one caveat with this, sometimes when you're making something in ZBrush, you kind of get to a point and you're like, I need to just start over. So that does happen sometimes. There's been plenty of times where I've worked on something, I was like, you know, this isn't working out. I just needed to like, just deal and then just start over. And usually you recover and you get it done so much faster. So, right now I have a primitive. I've never actually sculpted and talked at the same time, so we're gonna see how this works. This might be a little hard. We'll see. So I've already counted. I have a 32-sided cylinder right now. So usually the key with working, especially 3D sculpting, is you want to start as low poly as you can, and then only increase the subdivisions once you are really happy with where it is. So already. Yeah. So Oh, actually, let me go ahead and... I know I have the right material I want. Okay. Okay, so... I guess we're gonna start with the center. I have a cylinder because it has a... You know, it's a sun. Let's see. I'm trying to think how I want to do this. It has an indentation. A nice lip. So, I was experimenting a little bit with this earlier. So we're just gonna start getting some bevel. The bevel. Actually, no. Oh. I'm already starting to get a bevel. That's nice. Very nice. So this is kind of like when you're if you've ever used a 3D program like 3ds Max, this is kind of, you can kind of get some of the same stuff. It's a little different. 3ds Max and ZBrush handle their rendering, or if it's rendering or how they handle the pixels or the verts. Well, actually, I don't know if it's still the same case as I got a view. Unfortunately, a lot of the reference I've found hasn't been super detailed. We're high res. I've been having a hard time finding high res stuff. So it's been a little interesting trying to get stuff to. I'm just gonna have to like eyeball some of this. Just for getting started. It'll get a little bit more interesting in a bit once I get the base. Once I get the base mesh in, it'll get like it'll get a little bit more interesting. Probably once I get to the really cool like these little I guess sun rays. Those will be fun. Those will be really fun to do. So now that we've got, so I've kind of started getting the, you can see like these edge loops. I'm trying to get where the main peaks are gonna be. So so then I can start adding more. It'll be you start subdividing. Actually, I'll kind of demonstrate. So when you subdivide, it starts smoothing it out. If I take off the, it really smooths out. So before you get to that point, you want to really make sure you get these points right before you start getting into the really fancy detailed stuff. Okay. So, and this can be a little slow at first, but that's the most important. This is the most important part. Is just getting your base shape down. It's getting close. No. Too much. Okay, that might be close enough. So now I can probably go ahead and I'm getting my keys mixed up there. Okay. Now I can go ahead and start moving. Oh, dang it. So what I'm doing is I masked off just this center part, and I'm going to move it down. No, actually, I need more geo in there. If I crease that, let's. Keyboard shortcut is not working all of a sudden. I kind of need that shortcut to happen. Oh. Apologies, meant to silence my phone. Let's see. There we go. Okay, that's what I wanted. And my heart keys are just all of a sudden, I don't know if it's my keyboard. There we go. Okay. Okay, cool. Okay, so now I can get back to... So now that I have an extra little loop there, I can move that down. Oh, after I... off that bottom part. Okay. Here we go. So now it's not a weird, inch in there. Okay. What is on? Okay. This bevel in a little bit, because it looks like there's a bit of a bevel. Yeah, okay. I think that's actually about it. Okay, so we got something working for the center part. I'll go ahead and throw a gold. Blech. That doesn't look very good. Maybe when it's, yeah, the subdivisions aren't gonna work great right now. So, let's see. Our proportions, I think, look okay. It kind of looks like the... So in some of the... I actually have some reference over here on another file. It looks flat, kind of flat in the center, but sometimes it looks a little rounded. I think I like the idea of it being a little rounded. I think that will... I think that'll look a little nicer. So, to do that, I will probably try to grab the center. Oh, let me unsubdivide it first. Yeah. No idea if that... touch is being a little sensitive, right? A little wonky. There we go. Kind of sort of. Okay, so I gave it a little bit. We'll see if that's gonna subdivide properly. You know what, I'll probably throw another mesh in there later. Okay, so I think what I'm gonna do is what's really nice, I add that edge loop. These are all like what these colors mean is that they're different poly groups, and you can actually hide poly groups. If I get in the right mode. You can actually hide them separately. You can actually, you know, apply different things to different pieces. So it's actually very, very convenient. Actually, it's going in, so I'm gonna fix this quick. Okay, cool. So something I can do is to help the subdivision add what's creases, and creases will they crisp the edges. It's kind of I'm trying to think of a good way to describe it. It stabilizes. So I'll show you what I mean. Okay, so if I subdivide this right now, oh, these are different groups. Oh, what happened? Something happened. There we go. So if I subdivide this right now, it looks like a little weird donut button thing. And that's not what I want. What I want is I want it to have those nice hard edges that it looks like it has. So, what I'm going to do is I'm going to go over here and do a thing called crease. And you can see these little dotted lines here. What they do is they'll stabilize that edge and prevent it from, I guess, rolling or smoothing out. So when I subdivide, you will see that it actually, well, if I subdivide properly, okay, wait a minute. Okay, now it's, oh, subdivide has smooth on it. Okay, now ZBrush is ZBrush is heckling me right now. Okay, so see, it's smoothing out. Why did it decide not to smooth out all of a sudden? Here we go. Okay. There are no masks. Okay. So it's making a weird donut. Crease. So now it should... Okay, there we go. It's working now. Okay, so now you can see that this right here is really crisp now. Right here. So I'm just going to do that to a few more edges, and that will give me the shape I want. So I namely want this, crease that, so then I'm not undo. So now we're getting a really nice smooth edge. Okay, but it's nice and crisp on the parts that I want it to be. Okay, and I need this edge right here crisp as well. So best way to select that, I believe, the crease. No, so I don't fall. Grab. Put all that. Of course, now the hotkeys decide to stop. Okay, no, that worked. There we go. That's what I want. There we go. Okay, so now this is its own. Now this is its own group. So any color means it's a new subgroup or a polygroup. Why is it hiding the one that I wanted? Gosh, ZBrush, what are you doing? There we go. Aha! Okay, so now I have the loop is, okay, cool. So I have all of these edges are now crisp. So I should be able to... Okay. I think I need to crease this one on the outer edge as well, and that should be it. That should do it. So if I hide... Crease. Now, okay, cool. So now we have this nice crisp cylinder. Something nice to work with. Okay, cool. So now we've got that base. That's just kind of a simple version of the base. I'll probably go in and I might add some. I might have to go in and fiddle with the loop here. I think it might be a little smaller, but you can always go down into your subdivision. So I have it subdivided 5 times. You can always go back down into, you can always go back down. So like I can go up and it's really high. You can actually see the topology here. Go all the way down and still low. So I'm gonna go ahead and I think I'm gonna adjust this real quick. Bring this part in. I'm gonna do it evenly. Where are you? Let's move down. I want it to move in. There we go. Moving along the edge, I think. And it looks like there's another, no. It depends on which version you want to look at. I might actually... I might make this loop a little bit. Okay, yeah, something like that. So we'll just leave that there for now. I'm gonna go ahead and start working on the cool part that I'm really excited about. The really looking forward to working on these little sun rays. So I'll go ahead and start those. So I'm gonna come up here and I'm gonna add another cylinder to the scene. Sometimes it's better to just, oh. Happens. Where'd it go? Seriously lose myself. Oh, there it is. Okay, what to say. I'm gonna go ahead and save right now before I forget. And then I lose that. Okay, so we're gonna call this, Astro Sun. So it's saved. I just had this moment of, oh no, did I just lose the subtool? So. I'll start with a cylinder around the same size. Okay. So I think, since that was pretty precise, I'm gonna go, I might try doing this one a little bit more. I might just do some pretty crazy sculpting with this, just to start. It'll be a little bit more fun. What are you doing? Go ahead. Right. Oh, I could type, right? Okay. Needs to be not a poly 3-ish. It keeps making my other mesh disappear. Not showing up in here. That's... Okay, I would like to know why this isn't. I'll just duplicate that. Okay, that'll solve that problem. It's not letting me, not keeping that in there. I know it's some stupid, not stupid. It's just the way ZBrush handles its subtools. Okay. Let's get a page mode. Okay. So I'm going to rename this one. I made a duplicate, and I'm gonna modify it. So, go ahead and delete the higher subdivisions, because I don't want it to be high right now. So we're gonna use the move tool. Actually, I'm gonna go ahead and, I guess we'll leave it. Okay. Oh my god, my move tool was what happened was my move tool intensity got turned all the way down for some reason. So that's helpful. Thank you, ZBrush. Now it's probably some stupid thing I hit. I probably hit a hotkey that I didn't notice. Move that down. Hey, good afternoon, Phantom. How you doing? I'm attempting, trying to get something going here. There we go. So I think I'm gonna start with this top left. I'm gonna start with this top left sun ray here. There we go. So yeah, this is going to require a lot of more interesting sculpting versus the what I was just doing. Right now I'm just going to be pulling out some just general shapes. These are going to look really blocky and really like really what, but they'll just look a little what for a little bit. We're just trying to get some basic geometry out here that we can manipulate. It's fighting me a little bit. I'm using this this concept for a little bit of a guide. Then what we're going to do is we're going to add more geometry to this, and then we'll be able to actually manipulate it. So right now it's really low. It's a really low poly, so it's like... no, of course it's going to look really derp for a minute. So we'll get... It will not continue to be derp in a minute. Well... What to grab here? Just... to quickly get some general shapes in here. But look, that low res I have, so hopefully to see some shapes. This is more the fun part. A little bit of geo. I'll stop rotating. I'm working on it from so far away. Okay. Oh, come on. Okay, so, you know, it's done! Not really. Okay, so now we're just gonna do something called, we're gonna Dynamesh this. And a Dynamesh will, it'll run, so right now you can see the geometry on this is like, for every line, that's a point that I can move, and we want a lot more points. So, I'm gonna go ahead and run Dynamesh, and that's going to subdivide all the way around, like, all of this. So, we'll get something a little bit easier to work with. Okay, sorry, I heard my computer just made a sound. I was like, oh no. Let's see. Okay, that res... You can see we have a lot more to deal with, so each of these points I can now manipulate and actually sculpt on it. Not entirely sure. I'll just work with it for now, and then I'll probably, there's a slider here that'll adjust, kind of see it, that'll adjust how much density it'll give it. Not entirely sure if I want that density right now, but, we'll just try it and we'll see. Okay, so... I can kind of smooth it out a little bit, and it'll look around like a weirdo. Now I'm just using a tool, a brush called the Move brush. So now I can kind of come in. I'm gonna just get the general shape. A lot more to work with. So I'm gonna come in here and kind of eyeball it for now, and then I will. Then what I'll do is I'll probably just put it, overlay it again, and then adjust it. I might need to. No, wrong brush. So, I am using different brushes as I do this. There are a few that I know the hotkeys for. I have these over here are also brushes, but generally I use a lot of the same few brushes. Move tool is a big one at the beginning. Kind of placing, trying to get the general silhouette right now. Let's see. I'm gonna have to go in and edit the heck out of this thing. Got some weirdness going on here. I'm gonna go fill this out. Whoa. Go ahead and fill this out and then probably re-dynamesh it. The geometry got a little funky in here. So one of the key things with that you have to think about when you're 3D printing something is it always has to have a flat section to print on. So the printing bed is flat, and so part of the mesh needs to be flat, or you have to, if you're working on something that is going to have shape all the way around it, you have to either cut it in half and print out the half. If it's like symmetrical on both sides, you can just print out two of the same one and then just glue them together. Or you can, or there are programs that you use to set up your, before you print something, you can take it into a program that'll help slice it, depending on how big your bed is. Personally, I haven't had to deal with too much of that because I model, but I don't actually. I have friends who will print things for me. But most of the time I've done stuff that has flat back, so I haven't had to deal with cutting something up yet, really. So right now the back of this is not flat, but that will. I'm just giving it a little bit more thickness to deal with because I'll be able to easily. It's really easy to slice a mesh in this program, and then it's even easier to do it in. Actually, at this point, I'm going to be wanting to slice it in this program for what this is. So, well, not slice it for 3D printing, but flatten out the back. There's plenty of brushes that'll do that. Actually, I'll go ahead and do it right now. Oh, clip curve. Come on, clip curve. So like, as you can see, like that gives it a flat back. Right now I'm just trying to get the geometry kind of fixed. Let me go ahead and finish doing that real quick. Trying to get rid of those weird pinches and the funky like stuff that happened from working from that low. Look at if I cut it here like this, I'll make sure all of this stuff has enough mass for when I trim it. It looks like this weird lumpy amoeba on the back. Let's make it look even more weird. Okay. I love how funky this looks. So, okay, so Burnt Beans right now is asking, so yes, I am actually a video game artist. That's why it's actually why I've actually invested in, this is actually, I'm using a Cintiq. So they're asking about did I get a degree, and what is the best way to learn 3D modeling, character design. So let's see. Oh yeah, of course you can. He's asking if it's okay. It's totally okay to ask. I do have a degree. I went to. So I did go to a 4-year college. But I started out doing traditional painting. So I did my bachelor's in drawing and painting, and that I think is beneficial, but that's not necessarily. It's not necessary to be able to get into games. Generally, so just in general, if you're wanting to be a game artist, having a portfolio is the most important thing. You can like have never had a job anywhere, but if your portfolio is really good, then most companies will just be like, oh, he can obviously do the job. He or she can do the job, like straight up. Yeah, we'll hire them. As far as learning, I actually did go to. So my undergrad was not in game art. I didn't really know that was a thing I could do. Right now, like when I graduated, there weren't too many undergrad programs that did games, but this was a few years ago. It's become a lot more common that a lot of colleges will have game degrees. So it's actually a lot easier now to find somewhere that'll do it. Even like Full Sail even has game design stuff now. So for free or cheap. So the other question was, what's the best way? So I have a degree. You don't have to get one. You just need to be able to do whatever job you're wanting. You need to be able to do the things that job requires. And it's easy to. It's actually a bit easier for a game artist to prove they can do it if they have a portfolio. I think some good tips for yeah, see, it's really strange. Is Full Sail? I've heard mixed reviews about it, but I work with somebody who's amazing, and he came from there. So I don't. It might depend on the person too. I mean, and then I think Full Sail, what they do online. I actually ended up. There are a few good post-grad programs out there too. That you can go to. I would recommend. Right now, I'm not sure which ones are the top ones right now. There are because it keeps changing and there's new ones. I know Carnegie Mellon's really good. Gnomon's really good. Depending on which department. Let's see. Well, I mean, I've heard good things about these. Oh, well, okay, yeah, so learning from YouTube, that's actually the thing I was going to say as far as, like, now it's become so much easier to learn from, so as now, there's, yeah, it's ridiculous if you're not being taught by somebody, then like there's no point in actually paying for tuition. Where you can, if they're just doing YouTube, then just go to YouTube. YouTube is a great resource for learning all kinds of tutorials online. It's a lot easier. Like say ZBrush, I'm using ZBrush right now, and ZBrush is an industry standard. And look at my beautiful son, it looks so pretty. He's still a lump man. So if you so learning ZBrush, for instance, a good place to start is ZBrush Central. They used to have a demo of ZBrush. I don't think they have a demo anymore, unfortunately. But there are other programs, I think, that I'm trying to remember some of the free. There are a couple free sculpting programs. I cannot remember the names of them right now. I know I've used Mudbox in the past, and at the time it wasn't as deep as ZBrush, but it's been getting better and better. And that one's by Autodesk, and I believe they might have a demo. And there's some, I think, oh my gosh, I can't remember. There were a few really good ones. Well, yeah, oh my gosh, Sculptress. I was thinking about Sculptress earlier today, and I was like, oh, I should mention Sculptress. So thank you for knowing Sculptress. But yeah, so yeah, it's free. I've personally never used it, but I've heard pretty good things about it. But there are really good programs like that you can find. There's so like for what I do, I have to learn. I do 3D mostly. Well, I do 3D, and I use 3ds Max. I use ZBrush. Oh, cool. So you've been using. So Burnt Beans has been using ZBrush. I mean, not ZBrush, Sculptress. I know I keep seeing. I get emails about Sculptress all the time. Because I'm following, and I have Pixelogic stuff. That's okay. That's okay. I'm stumbling over all my words right now. So if you want to learn ZBrush Central has some great videos. I've actually learned a lot from those. I mean, of course I bug coworkers, but that's, you know, not everybody has that, that ability, I guess, that privilege. I don't know, no, it's not privilege, but it's easy to go down the hall and be like, hey, how do you do this thing? So what I do recommend is just making stuff, practicing, and also going on to ArtStation. Yeah, no, ZBrush is pricey, and that's kind of the paywall there. I thought they used to have a student version, but I think they stopped doing that, or I'm making that up. I thought they had a student version. I do recommend ArtStation, getting involved in ArtStation, and then on not Pixelogic, Polycount. Polycount is a great website, and going and making connections with other artists. There are a lot of people out there willing to help others and really willing to critique things. And then just going to see what other artists are doing. There are professionals like all the time. I'm following quite a few of the guys who did who work at Naughty Dog, who worked on Uncharted 4, and they've been posting tons of their screenshots and just work in progress stuff from Uncharted 4 for their environments and stuff. So it can feel like a little bit more legwork. Not going to. I mean, a degree won't save you if you don't have a portfolio to back yourself up, to back your skills up. So it's it kind of depends on what you want to do. I think I feel like it's a little easier to, like I said earlier, it's a little easier to prove you can art with a portfolio. It's a little harder if you're a level designer, for instance. Like, you can have a portfolio, but then you have to also like learn all of these engines, and you have to make all these levels, and then you have to video of these levels, and then you have to post your level online, and then make it to where anybody can download it and play it. And so that can be kind of hard, but at least with art, you're like, oh, here's a picture of a thing I made, and here's a turnaround of a thing I made. But yeah, highly recommend ZBrush Central if you're wanting to learn ZBrush. But yeah, it is pricey. Yeah, Sculptress is a great intro, I think. And I wish I could remember if Mudbox. I thought they had a demo. I cannot remember. I haven't paid attention to Mudbox in a while, just because I'm just trying to hone ZBrush skills and just focusing on ZBrush and ZBrush. But yeah, I hope that answered your question. It was kind of a long thing, but yeah, you don't, and you don't, and another thing is you don't have to have a giant Cintiq to be able to sculpt anything. A tablet does help. Even one that's like, I used to have when I first started on a little, it was like, you know, it was probably as big as, and it was like maybe a foot, maybe. And I wouldn't knock, if you can't afford, like, if you can afford to go through a program, I wouldn't, if you want to do games particularly, I do recommend trying to find a program that will actually put you in team. Oh, let's see if I can, I don't know, let me see if I can grab it. Yeah, the 13 inch is pretty good. When I had my very first Cintiq, was one of the 12s. But I had a bad habit of, I see if I can demonstrate it. I would, because it didn't stand up like this, it like sat here, I would actually bend my neck at it all the time, and I was getting really bad neck pain. Let me see if I can pull up that link you sent, Mr. Beans. Oh, cool. So you're doing some sculpts. Let's see. Okay, yeah, I do recommend, if you can, going through a program just to learn, like, just having that experience of working in a team, because there are plenty of, there are quite a few programs out nowadays, but I guess, yeah, if you have to do online, I know that there should be some, or if you can make games on your own, you don't, I've had a stand, let's see, they should. Oh, jeez. No, hey, yeah, no, like, how long have you been, Burnt Beans, how long have you been sculpting? But, I mean, my anatomy is really bad. I mostly do environment stuff right now, and I'm definitely a focus on organic. Let's see, where'd my pen go? Oh, there it is. But you know, everybody's always learning. Oh, okay. So no, you're doing great. No sweat. Like even me, I'm actually like a little nervous about. I'm like, oh, I'm gonna be sculpting in front of people. It's kind of, you know, it's a little nerve-wracking because you're like, oh, you know, this looks really strange and really lumpy and weird. I mean, the thing I'm working on looks really strange and lumpy and weird. But you kind of have to, like, you know, just keep working at it. Just keep, don't give up. I always have, figure out, what is this bottom one doing? Oh, it's this weird curly cube. There will always be a point where you're working on something, and it's usually, for me, about 2/3 of the way through anything. And this is every single thing I have ever worked on, whether it's cosplay, drawings, work, like work, like stuff I do at work. I know, let me say work about 5 more times. And every single time I've worked on anything, there's always a point where I hit about 2/3 and I'm like, wow, this is absolute crap. I can't believe I made this. Like, and I'm just like, oh my god, I'm the worst artist ever. And then, like, there's that wall. And then it's just this weird point where you just have to work through it. And then you work through it. And then you come out the other side. Like, you just keep going. You just have to, if you get to that point, you just keep going. And then eventually you'll get through that. And you'll be able to sit back and look at it and be like, oh, okay. This isn't the worst thing I've ever made. This is actually fine. And this is me speaking, like, this is, like, pretty much everything I've ever made. And then it's like, okay, we're fine. I made it. It looks fine. I got through it, and it's good. Yeah, so it's really just practice and then getting through that, reading through that wall. So I don't know if everybody hits that artistic wall, but I hit it. I think it's very rare that I don't hit it. So seriously, like, yeah, no, just keep at it. Like your stuff's looking totally fine, burnt beans. You just keep working at it. Keep you know, adjusting. You might have to do some iterations on something, but yeah, you're gonna, like, you will be able to you'll be able to learn and just get through it. But yeah, I highly recommend, if you want to do games particularly, to you can try to make, either get on a program where you can make games with other people or make your own games, just so you can go through the process, because it is very, very helpful to work with, you know, just kind of see what it's like to work with other people. Because you may find out, yeah, are there not any Sculptress tutorials or anything? I haven't particularly looked those up. But if Pixelogic did it, I mean, since they made it, like, they're really good about documenting stuff. I know Pixelogic is, you know, they're really good. And, I mean, if, so, like, even if you, like, because most of the time it's kind of hard to... Oh, so there's very few. Oh, that's a shame. I would think that they would support it a little bit more. Yeah, I wish they still had their ZBrush demo, their demo version, because that was always nice, especially if you're a student and you're wanting to learn. It's like, how am I supposed to learn your program if there's not a demo for it? Same with like 3ds Max. Like, how are you supposed to learn this to get good enough to get a job if you can't afford it because you don't have a job? So, you know, and that's why most companies will do student versions. If you're, I got this cushion that I was using for my arm. There we go. Ugh. Trying not to get the carpal tunnels. You gotta keep hydrated. Well, I hope more Sculptress tutorials come out. I've almost got lumpy times. A little more cleaned up here. I know, from the front, it's gonna look fine, but as soon as I turn it, ugh, it's okay, but it's not the best. We'll work on it. That's why it's a work in progress. Oh, cool, so you used, wait, so you had Bryce 6? I don't know if I've ever heard of that. That's a, that 3D program? They made... Huh. That... I love hearing... I've heard about some really interesting 3D programs I've never heard of. There was one I heard about at work, and I wish I could remember the name of it, because it was like... It is the most 90s looking thing I've ever seen. It's like... that one... Oh man, the Weird Al... that one Weird Al music video. Oh my gosh, I cannot remember the name of that right now either. The one that's just him, like, getting sucked into the TV. It looked like that's what made that. Do that. My, My first program, I think, was 3ds Max, but it was like 3ds Max like 10 or something like that. It was before they started doing them by year, and I used it in one of my undergrad classes a few years ago, and they didn't really know how to teach us how to do it. It was actually my 3D design class, and I hated that class. Well, they're all about like industrial design kids, and I'm like, I'm an artist, I make drawings, okay. And they're just like, oh, here you go, try to do this weird stuff. What is this? I don't even... Little did I know I'd be using 3ds Max for my career later on. But my teacher at the time, she didn't quite know how to... I don't think she knew how to teach it very well. So it was definitely kind of... It felt like I was stumbling through that learning Max, but... oh my gosh, there we go. The teachers I had for my grad program, they're not teaching at that program anymore, but they were great. They knew they're just like amazing. They were artists, but they could program, they could script, they were comic book artists, and they could sculpt, they were just like, they could do everything. And it's like, they are like, we used to have a joke that they were robots because they obviously never slept. Actually, one of them legit never slept, and he always looked really tired. But he was always so, they were both so nice. Well, I mean, they still are really nice, but... Okay, I kind of got that shape. Let's see. I think that looks pretty close. Okay, let's deal with this mess back here. So I want to make sure that we're getting let's just go ahead and let's just trim this and see what it looks like. Actually, that's my perspective is on it. Okay, now it's off. Okay. Yeah, see, so I'm missing... I need to pull some of that geo down. Actually, let's see. Okay, no, it's holding up. Okay, cool. So we got the start of this shape. Let's see. Oh yeah, from Photoshop's, like, Photoshop's 3D stuff, which I think I've touched once, and I think the computer I had at the time couldn't handle I think it's the graphics card in my computer at the time was just like, I can't handle this kind of rendering, oh god. So that always scared me. Let's see, let's go ahead and... I'll line these up just a little bit. Okay. Oh, nope. Yeah, sometimes this clip curve, like, oh jeez. Whichever direction you take it is the direction that it'll cut from, so you have to, like, really pick. Okay, so that's a decent enough start. So it is currently flat. I'm definitely gonna have to adjust some of these little tendrils here. Actually, this one right here. One right here is starting to look really good. Here, so I think what I'm gonna start doing is I'm just gonna start taking a brush that's called the Damn Standard, and I think it's named after, I think it's Damn because it's named after it used to be, it's now, it now comes default in ZBrush, but it used to not used to have to actually like download it somewhere off this guy's website. So what it does, it's really cool. It cuts, but then if you hold Alt, it will freak out. Not what I want it to be. Okay, there we go. I can start making bridges and stuff. Actually, I'm gonna go ahead and redynamic the thing. Looking like it's having a trouble. Wow. Edge is freaking out a little bit. There we go. Okay, so we're just gonna start getting in, let's actually wait, which part of the sun am I on? Yeah, so I've got to figure out what the silhouette of these things are. Because in some, it's just flat. Some of it, it's like an angle. Got these weird cutouts. Let's see. I don't want it to be flat. I like having the bevels, so I'm gonna keep that. I think I'm gonna keep that look. I just really wish I had a higher res version of this concept art. There's definitely some cuts. Well, the nice thing about doing a video game piece is that, you know, like especially if it's like concept art and then it's based on a thing that's in the game, is that somebody had to do what I'm doing right here. Somebody had to 3D model this, so I know that they did it. It can be done. So at least that's at least an encouragement there. I just have to decide what I want these. I'm looking at I have a Photoshop file on in my other window that's showing some of the same shots here, but I have one that's like a high res. No, it's not. Yeah, I can't decide what that looks like. Well, I guess I'm just gonna go ahead and sculpt what I think it looks like, and then, yeah, might as well just go for something and see what it does, so. What I think it looks like, so right now I'm focusing on this bottom little curly guy. So it's this one right here. It looks like it comes to a point, like the cross section. Kind of looks like it does this. That's what I think. So I guess we're gonna try that and see how it looks. I'll go ahead and grab the damn standard again. Okay. Did I accidentally subdivide that? What happened? Okay, there we go. Okay, so I think it really does not work. Okay. So I'm gonna go ahead and just start kind of building up cross section, I think it is. Okay. I'm gonna grab some of my clay brushes here. And then just start kind of filling this in, and then I'll take I'll start taking, usually I like trim dynamic, the brush I like. Start kind of not doing that, that's not what I want. Sometimes you have to be a little careful. The topology will hit, you know, because it's trying to calculate what you're doing, and sometimes it'll have a little bit of a little hiccup. But ZBrush is really good about for every object you have, it keeps track of every single thing you've done on it, so you can go back at any time. Like I can actually scroll all the way back to the very beginning if I want at any point. So. What we've been doing so far. Cool. So. Trying to get that. Trying to get that angle. Kind of coming. Move it to relax them. I'm getting there. A little bit more. Yeah, see on the tip, you have to be kind of careful when you get to something that's kind of pointy here, is that it'll sometimes get a little wonky around here, so you have to keep it, to be a little ginger with it sometimes. But yeah, sometimes you have to just zoom in and use a small brush. That damn stain. There it is. Cool. Might emphasize that ridge just a little bit more. And then the, kind of looks like it has a little bit of a point right here, so I think... that. So that is, sometimes I'll just grab it and run the damn standard over it. And then filling it out a bit. Because in this case you might have to run a, yeah, I might just use a brush. I want to make it a little bit more of a hard edge there. Okay. A little bit more. Move that out a little bit and it'll relax. Okay, so we're kind of getting somewhere. Okay, so that's kind of sort of what I feel like it looks like. It still needs a little more refinement. But I feel like... yeah, I'm not entirely sure I want... I'm gonna have to look at everything and... yeah, see it kind of curves a little weird. Inflate it a bit. Dynamic. A little higher resolution this time. Here we go. Bit more geo here on this point. Trying to fix is this weird. Going to mask off the bottom here. Okay, so we'll go ahead and move on to... we'll go ahead and move on to another little tendril on Ray. So we'll go ahead and just move all the way around, just get the general shape going, and then we get the shape, and then we can just kind of generally better. I mean, I kind of have a habit of wanting to focus in on one part. But it's generally good just to kind of go through, build everything out at the same level. Then if you want to go in further, just wait until you get everything the same level, then keep going, and you get more granular and granular as you go. Okay, so it feels like it's a weird puzzle figuring out what these different ones are doing, because it definitely looks like some of them have a cut. So like this one particularly, do that. This one has like an indent in it. But I'm not sure if all of them have that. I guess I might need to give them all that to make it look correct. I'll cross that bridge when I come to it. Okay, now this next one, this weird axe-shaped one. This one is definitely kind of a... That's one I am not sure about. Oh. I don't know, if you guys have any thoughts, definitely let me know. I'm gonna keep, maybe I'll leave that one for last. I think we'll do that. We'll move on to the one to the left. This one seems a little bit more obvious to me. My hotkeys will work. Working hotkeys? Thank you. Okay, now this one looks like it kind of possibly might have two edges on it. What it kind of looks like to me. Oh, there's some weird geo going on here. Okay. It kind of looks to me like it's doing something like this. Where it's got like a face here, and then a face here. So, I guess we'll try that and see what it... Go ahead and fill this part out. It out, and then I'll go ahead and start using the trim brush on it. I've got I have a cat down there looking up at me like, oh hey. Too cute not to pet. I'm surprised he hasn't gotten right here yet. He might. So, I'm gonna go ahead and start getting this ridge in. To flatten out a little bit more. That'd be a little difficult. I have two. I gotta adjust my configuration. Someday. Okay. I need to get a different smooth. My smooth brush I'm using, the default one that opens, I don't like. I like the smooth directional better. Smooth directional will only smooth along your brush stroke, and smooth, like, so it's one direction, or I guess front, like a front and back. The default smooth will smooth in all directions, so it will usually muddy up everything. So I generally like to stick to directional. There we go. Okay, like that. Actually, I like, actually like the idea of having this in this space. Man, what are you doing? Geo? Oh, cool thing. I can show you guys real quick. Okay, so now that I'm kind of... Something I like to do is I grab the damn standard and I'll kind of get all the peaks I want. And you can do this with peaks and valleys. So I'll just kind of do this real quick. Let's just see if I can speed this up a bit. So numero trace here. So this looks like what I'm seeing here is that it has all these like ridges here. So sometimes when you're not zoomed in enough, ZBrush doesn't know quite how to calculate it, so you have to kind of zoom in. Let's see. That next one. What are you doing? Maybe I can kind of demonstrate the thing I was talking about. So, I have these peaks, and then there's a cool polish you can run over the whole thing, which I'll probably just run it and then undo it, but I can kind of show you. So I have these in, and then I go down here to clay polish, and I polish it, and it will, I get to adjust the settings a little too sharp, but I think it's... But yeah, so you can see how it starts to smooth this out a little bit more for me. So you can get some really nice, clean results after you kind of get your general shape in. Especially if I'm doing something like this that's like it has a flow to it, but it's and it's kind of, I mean, it's hard. It's a hard surface, so it's not like usually when I say hard surface or organic, organic's gonna be something like trees, tree bark, or branches, you know, characters. Those are very organic shapes and don't have like a lot of harsh lines. But this has like that's what this clay polish is really great for, is if you want to get some really nice crisp lines, and you want it to it kind of runs an algorithm that evens everything out for you. So I'm going to kind of fill in all this stuff first, and then I'll run a clay polish. I'll run a clay polish on it once I kind of get it to a good spot, and then it'll be like all cleaned up for me. Really nice. Doesn't do all the cleanup work, but it does help. Especially if you have like, I don't know if you can see, like, this isn't quite super clean. It's still has some brush strokes in it. Clay polish will get rid of those brush strokes most of the time. And I'll kind of do it based on the setting, because there's you can make it sharper if you want. You can make it softer. So there's a lot of there are a lot of things you can adjust on it. You see we got a lot of like, not quite the right profile I'm wanting. I want something a lot more, more of an angle. I just kind of build it up. I'm gonna start building up the angle I want, and then polishing and trimming it down. So, and this is actually, when I'm approaching a shape like this is like one way you might do it, but there is like a million different ways you can do one thing, which is really cool. So if you have a preferred way of doing something, like, you know, there's a bunch of options for you. Yeah, oh yeah, we're getting a lot closer to the profile I want. Yeah. So we're getting there. Yep. So, let me adjust my keyboard here for a sec. I'm gonna adjust. I can't sit one way when I'm sculpting, like, for too long. I always have to, like, I change my feet position about 5 million times. Which I guess is probably better for you than just staying in one spot, like, one spot the whole time. Okay, so we're gonna finish, we're gonna get this more blocked in here. I think what brush I want, right? Just using the damn standard, but on a the lighter intensity is what calls it. I'm getting distracted. I need to go. You keep moving on, but I want to fix this. Brush. I get divot out. Right, okay. That's a little smoother. Probably go in and I'm probably gonna make this part a little more flat. We'll see. We'll see how it goes. Okay, so we're gonna go ahead and start shaping it. See, now I need to finish this. Sometimes you get to a point where you have to, like, I don't want to affect this right here, so I need to mask out that part so I can work on this without messing this up. This, the part that's gray here. Move this out a little. I get that angle. So like this right here is not quite flat either. Actually, I should probably use the flatten brush. The flatten brush will play nice. I might use planer. Let's try planer. Planer will probably wreck me, but we'll see. Planer's one of my favorite brushes, but I don't know if it's gonna work in this case. And it's very, very testy. Oh, that's working okay. Okay, yeah, it's getting there. Okay, cool. Yeah. Making our way around. So, it's starting to become a sun. Oh my gosh, this is a random off topic, but listening to Zelda music and Spirit Temple is my favorite. It's my favorite. Oh, sorry, random thing. It's always my favorite music. Okay. This one, like, what is it doing? I don't know if there's another good shot of it. Finally. Let me look at my... Because the 3D modeled version doesn't look... I mean, it kind of looks like the... Let's see if I can show it to you. It kind of looks... Oh, I mean, there's a... Oh, it's right there. I forgot it's in the bottom. Never mind. Yeah, it's... I'm on this part. And the concept, it doesn't... I mean, what is it doing? This one, it looks like it has this beveled indent here. I'm not sure if I like this. I like the positive, like, bevels and stuff. I guess I get to decide. There's... Sometimes you have to sit back and kind of... Leave it there for now. I'm not sure if I need to find some additional reference or not. Well, I'll wing it. I'll just wing it some more. Very strange shape. Oh, it is actually a little different. Oh, yeah. So the concept has a very simple outline there. This one has this flat notch at the point. Huh. Yeah, I think I'm sticking... I think I like the concept art a lot more. I like her silhouette a lot, so I think I'm just gonna mostly stick with what I see in the concept. And then fill in the gaps with what I see in the model. That's kind of what I generally have to do if like there's something like say the back, like this concept art doesn't show her back, so I'll probably have to reference stuff from in-game to see like exactly what's going on her back, because I still haven't looked too far at that, because there's like this, she has like this little red pouch that you can't even really see in the concept art, and actually not many of the shots I found online have shown that. I haven't had a chance to go in-game myself yet, but I'm probably gonna do that too. I miss playing, actually. I need to play some more. Okay. What I could see this doing... So it kind of looks like it actually kind of connects to the bottom one. Is this... Probably work with that, maybe figure out... See if I can, let's see if I can at least get all these like blocked in before we hit 2 hours. I don't know what my goal is. Oh, let's see. Start kind of getting this. So it kind of like took a little divot out, so I'm gonna... A little bit. Brush. See, I don't mind making up, like, I don't mind making up some details if I need to, but if there's, like, reference for it, like, I want to get that right. You know, I don't want to just make up stuff and then find out later, oh, there was actually reference for that thing that I was, like, they didn't find. That always makes me a little sad. Like, I don't even think I've been able to watch, there's some costumes I've made, costumes for before the movie came out on DVD or something, and there are a few movies I haven't been able to go back and watch after I got on a DVD because I'm too afraid to see all of the things I forgot or, like, didn't know were there because I didn't have the DVD at the time. I just had to go by what was online, so I don't think I'm ever gonna do that again. Let's shape this up. I think I'm feeling pretty good about maybe trying it like that. Planer won't do anything. Planer is nope. Planer's like nope, nope, nope. Okay, we'll use polish. Okay, that's roughed in, so we'll go ahead and move on to the next one. This one looks a little bit easier. Like, it's a lot easier to read what's going on this one. I keep thinking damn standards on my little tray here. It was there, and I think it moved over somehow. He looks like... Come on, ZBrush. When the brush isn't working properly, that's always the best. Yeah, it's like a dead zone there. Okay, let's dynamesh this thing again. All else fails, just dynamesh it. Solution for everything. Wow, nope, that didn't even help. We'll just see if adding some. Kind of evening this out a little bit. Okay, let's see if that'll work now. It's like, nope. Okay, there we go. Okay. Jerk to me right now. Oh my gosh, Libra, it keeps, I don't know if you guys can see it, but it keeps, like, jumping a little bit. Okay, we'll just get something out. There we go. Something to work with today. Here, I can kind of decide later. I'm not sure exactly how I want. Like, I don't know if I want this to be like a flat face yet, like that, and then it all kind of meet like this. I guess I'll leave it like that now. I think I like that currently. I'm gonna do the indentions later. I think I'm just gonna work on getting the, just try to get a block out for the edges first, and then I'll go in, and that's a little bit more of a detail, so I think I'm gonna save that until I kind of get all of this stuff finalized, or more finalized rather. Now it's starting to take shape. It's actually starting to have like, starting to look kind of like a thing and less like lumpy weirdness. Yeah, from this view, I know this is going to be like, getting it from the top down is great, but then when you look at it this way, like you see there's a lot of, like, there's a lot of refinement I'm going to need to go into to get it, make sure all of the flow is right. Oh, actually, let's try to see what it looks like with gold on that. Ooh. It's really. I have some other gold. Get some other gold materials real quick. Okay, so right now the topology is kind of interfering a bit. Bronze look really neat. I wish I could just print it out with MatCat. Like, if I could turn the material and actually print it out that way, that'd be amazing. Maybe one day. I'm gonna stick with that one for now. Okay, so moving on to the next one. These are pretty simple. Bit first. Not that much. Really looking forward to putting this out. I think it'll be really cool. Definitely very thankful for 3D printing. Like, oh hey, like, you know, I have all this experience doing digital sculpting, and it's like, I can actually make the things that I do digitally can actually be printed out in real life. That's really neat. They used to always joke, like, oh, I'm making, you know, when you're working in games or anything, it's like, you make something and it exists digitally, but it doesn't exist in I mean, I guess you can say it kind of exists in the real world in the form of a disc, but like, it's just data, and it's on a disc. It's not a physical, tangible thing. So it's just always kind of cool to get a print of something that you've sculpted in 3D. All right. Oh, gonna play too, huh? Gonna play? Sometimes the geometry hates you. Okay. That focus. Start. I have to be a little sharper though. The other ones. Goddamn standard again. Intensity a bit so it will not be so crazy. There we go. Who I want. Pink. I don't know if I want to put it. Might just make it like a smooth transition between the rays. I like the idea of having just a little bit of a face down there, transitioning there. So that means I'm gonna have to really get these tips are like, well, they're kind of curled up. I don't know if I want to leave it that way. I guess we'll see. Might affect the print though. I don't have it like that. Yeah, I'm gonna need to make it all flat for the print. I think the printer will have a hard time with that if I don't. So. Oh. Pardon the dog. I don't know what he's barking at. I think we'll leave that a little there. Okay. Two more left to kind of define a little. One has I guess if I'm gonna have any indents, they probably all should have them. So I gotta decide if I want all or none. This is all kind of what. Trying to get this, get the general mass of it to like make a little sense. Okay, so okay, that's much better. Okay, because it was like doing some like crazy like. Crazy like divots and stuff in it, so okay. Get that damn standard back, and we will here. Hard time on these points. that. I think... I can decide if I want to do it something like that. The other ones kind of have a point. Yeah, so I need to be consistent with the other ones. So I'll have the point come in a little bit, and then it'll have two bridges that... Use the move. That's what it's for. Okay. Intensity down just a little bit. Ooh, still harsh. I'm just gonna start using trim dynamic again. I kind of got a little bit. We'll flattening it out, getting that, trying to get that profile again. That was close. It's close. It's a little lumpy, but. No, my arm's already getting tired. It's been, it's already been 2 straight hours of this, so... I don't know, I want to at least get to this, last one before I stop. Haven't even thought about doing that for the other parts yet, so... Whoa, what a... Oh, did I accidentally... Oops. Accidentally. I did a thing. Oh, why is it subdividing? Oh, no. You can see it's up on the top. It's trying to subdivide for some reason. Why are you doing that? Oh, did I accidentally animate it? Never mind now. Whoa. Every time I touch it, it's... Count is not very high. I'm not even hitting a million yet. Which is good. I don't want to hit a million yet. No, it's not emitting. It's not true. Keeps telling me, I don't know what you're doing, Zebra. What are you doing? Okay, every time. Yeah, let me go. I should probably go ahead and save this. Come on, think about it. I'm just gonna go ahead and load and see if that helps. Oh, okay. ZBrush, what are you doing? I'm just gonna close this. I'm gonna close it for you. This might be the call for stopping, because I'm not sure entirely what's going on. I don't know why ZBrush is trying to subdivide every time I touch the mesh. Let's see. I mean, I can export. I mean, there are ways I can. There are things I can do to like fix this. But it won't let me do anything. He's trying to subdivide. I've never had this happen before. It's a new one. So, this might be it for the day. I think what I'll do... To do it if I move this? No? Okay, so it doesn't care if I touch this one. It's only this piece. Okay, so it's the sun piece. Yeah, so I think what I'll do is, I'll just call it for here, and then, obviously this isn't done, but, you know, it's a two solid hours. I wasn't expecting to finish this piece, in 2 hours. Possible to get it done in another 2-hour session, depending on which way to decide to go with it. If I want to do some interesting choices, I'm gonna have to make for this thing. That's fine. That's what cosplay does. Cosplay does that. So yeah, I think this will be it for me today. I'll have to figure out what's going on with this thing. I'm gonna have to do some experiments. Probably export and then re-import as another file name or something. But you know, it happens. So yeah, I want to thank all of you guys for coming out. I hope you guys enjoyed seeing a 3D sculpting process. This is the last time I'm going to be doing this, since there's she has the sun, and then she also has the moon on her hat. I'm going to be sculpting that, so I'll stream that. It'll probably get faster now that I'm getting used to the language that this concept is using, that shape language. Yeah, so yeah, thank you guys for coming out. And as always, if you have any other questions, feel free to leave them on my Facebook page, my Instagram, or my Twitter. All of those are linked, there we go, over here, or down there. Oh yeah, the chat's right there, so they'll be down there. So yeah, feel free to follow me there. And I'll be back here doing this. I'm not sure if I'll be doing this Thursday or Sunday. I might do it this Thursday night again. Or you know, if you guys want to see me do more sewing, I'm gonna probably after this I'm probably gonna go do some more work on all the undergarments that I'm still working on. Almost have those done. Getting really close to that, so can't wait to post pictures. So I'll be also posting pictures and all of that of my progress on all my social media. So yeah, feel free to follow me there if you want to see that. But yeah, as always, I hope you guys have a great rest of your day, and I hope the week turns out well for you guys. Bye.